Hello everybody, it is Wednesday the 29th of May. I want to talk about shadow work, and I want to talk about understanding darkness and light, because in order to do shadow works you would first need to understand what is actually darkness and light. Well, so many are quoting Carl Jung at the moment when it comes to shadow work, making the unconscious conscious. Right, I think but before we do all of that, what we need to completely understand is what has actually happened to us. Otherwise, you're trying to cure a disease without knowing what the disease actually is. I'm not sure that would work. There's another thing that is coming up over and over again in videos. I don't know if you've noticed that, and that is the word narcissist, or people talking about narcissists. There's something rising up again in our consciousness, something that we need to work through. We've been given a word, and we need to find the meaning, and we need to connect it to something. So we know about narcissists. I just watched a German channel. She's very good. It's called Blickwinkel. To those that speak German. And she was talking about gaslighting and about narcissists. And she said the way it works is, if you go into a relationship, first of all you meet a guy and he seems all nice and all great, and you fall in love with him. That is to say, you open yourself up to him, and you start giving to him because you love him, and then it turns out he's a narcissist. Which means he starts saying things like, oh, if you would truly love me, you would do this. If you would truly love me, you would do that. And if you don't do that, you do not truly love me. Yeah, because I want that. If you don't give it to me, you don't make me feel good, so you can't love me. And that is how the narcissist works. So over a period of time, you suppress your own knowing of what you want to do and what you don't want to do, maybe even what you know is good and bad. You suppress that in order to please the narcissist. Because the other thing is that you are obviously yourself want to receive love. And you will only get that love if you please the narcissist. Then he's going to be nice to you. You receive something. But otherwise you get a lot of grief. So then over a period of time, the narcissist, will dismantle yourself until there is nothing left. And I was looking at it and I was saying, well, there is the Lord God of the Bible to a T. The Lord God of the Bible, the one that I want to have dominion over everything. My will shall be done. And I give to you of my love, if you are my servant. Yeah? And if not, my wrath shall come upon you. That is the ultimate narcissist. And then Jesus obviously showed you, and that is actually spiritual work that you do within yourself, how you do away with self in order to serve the narcissist. That is the way of the cross. So that is what we're in. And if people have been indoctrinated in church from a young age, they were actually taught to be the subservient part in a narcissistic relationship. That is what you're being taught in church. And I mean, even those that did not have that intense indoctrination of a Sunday school. I mean, I didn't have that, but I still live in a Western society that is built on Christian values. So yeah, I got my fair dose of that. Yeah, and I was in the position, you should serve, or you should give, to the point of self-destruction. I was nearly there. So I'm trying to untangle myself from that. And so the last thing is, that is something that was done to you. Yeah, that is not your fault. especially not if you were a small child in a Sunday school, because what's been done to you there is child abuse on a spiritual level. Yeah, and if you look at child abuse in this world, you're not blaming the child, are you? So there is a disease. So okay, now we're starting to do shadow work. Now we know what we're actually up against. Now, as I said, they're quoting Carl Jung, making the unconscious conscious. Now the first thing you need to know when you go into shadow work is do not look for good in evil. There is no evil. Yeah? You are a being of pure light. Everything is. How do I know that? Because everything is creator. Everything is created by him. Without him, by him everything is created. Without him nothing is created. Everything is him. So everything is pure light. And then darkness and light is not good and evil. It is ignorance and knowledge or understanding. Yeah? The light shines into the darkness, into the ignorance, and the ignorance does not comprehend it. That's what we're working on. So you need to understand how everything is light, because everything is creator. There's nothing separated from him, nothing has fallen from him, nothing can exist outside of him, so you cannot fall outside of him. You have not fallen outside of him, this world has not fallen outside of him. It's impossible. Everything is light. Everything is good. And then start understanding yourself. How? I mean, okay, we are creating all manners of evil. I mean, as a person, you get it wrong, yeah? You create hurt, how? If I'm pure light, how is this happening? And that is out of ignorance. Doing the wrong thing out of ignorance, which will create all manners of evil. But the root cause is ignorance of the light. I mean, obviously, okay, we're coming out of this narcissistic relationship where good and bad has been flipped on its head anyway, yeah? But then what is good and bad? And how am I a being of pure light? So, many are now they are detaching from that God of the Bible. Good for you. He is the ultimate narcissist. And he is not that which is omnipresent and omnipotent, because he's not. Guy couldn't find Adam and Eve in his own garden. Guy had to go down to the tower to see what they were up to. Yeah? And he's not unchanging. He changes his mind all the time. Oh, this doesn't serve me anymore. Let's make a new law, It's in this world. You can see it in this world. It's happening in this world. It's becoming the image of that. So, but now you're going to creator. And now the thing is, so many do that. Yeah? They create another being, another God to worship. Yeah? No, we're no longer worshipping that one in the Bible. We are worshipping the creator. We want to be in service of the creator. Well, you are creator. That's the thing. It's inside of you and all around you. Everything is. And it's not something that you worship. That is something you are. And it is something you function in. It is not a being. If you go the way of creator as a being that has to be served, then we're going back to religion. Yeah? And we're all being driven into a temple again to worship the creator. That's going to be the next step. And then you go around the same circle again. You've just exchanged one God for another. Everything is creator. You are light. So how does this work? So everything is light. Yeah. Don't look for Satan in your cellar, trying to jump you. Evil in your cellar that's trying to jump you. No, there is no evil in your cellar. Nothing is evil. doesn't exist. But you're talking about, let's self-resist, you're talking about your negative emotions that you need to suppress. Again, why? Because that was your true knowledge. There is something you did not want to do. You felt fear, you felt anger, and why do you want to need to suppress this? Because it doesn't serve the narcissist. That's why. That's why it was called evil. It does not serve him. So those emotions are not evil. They are negative. Yeah, they're saying don't do something. But they're doing it because they are light. They're trying to save you. They're trying to guide you onto the wrong way. There is danger. There is injustice. If you feel sadness, there is potential loss. Don't go there. Again, trust your own gut feeling, including your negative emotions. They are light. They're trying to help you. They are good. And then we need to learn how to function correctly again, because we don't. So then, what is the ultimate light? What is the ultimate outcome according to which we must function? Because we have been functioning according to, you should serve the narcissist. So what is the new thing according to which we must function, and according to which our energies create light, create a good outcome? As I said, Creator is in all. He is all. He is not one being. He is every being. Yeah? And then you cannot worship that because you cannot know it. You just know you're in it. You're it and you're in it. You're experiencing Creator. You're not worshipping Creator. You're experiencing Creator. Make it a good experience. And it is the same as I said before. You know the spirit by its fruit. You definitely know the narcissist by his fruit, because it's all over this world at the moment. You know Creator by his fruit, by what you can see. You know him because he created it. He is it. As I said, look at nature, because it is still functioning within the law of the Creator. Basically because most parts of nature don't have the wherewithal to do different. Yeah? It's not they are so much greater, they just don't have the ability to get it wrong. We do. And we did. So it's actually much more difficult for us to get it right. But as I said, nature still functions within the will of the Creator. And I said it before and I say it again, you see different parts that are distinctly themselves, that give according to themselves, that receive according to themselves, and they come together where they can create bigger systems, like ecosystems. Yeah? And if there is something that does not fit into that ecosystem, it does not live there, or it doesn't live there for long, because it will be destructive to it. So it goes to a different ecosystem. It exists in a different ecosystem. That is Creator. You can see it. It is reflected in your body, different, distinctly unique organs that work, receive, balance. Balance is another thing. Balance in nature. All receive, all give, everything needs to be in balance. Same in your body. Yeah? Distinctly different organs that work together for the good of, to keep alive an entire body. Again, there needs to be balance. They all need to receive according to what they are. The nutritions that the different organs need. It is reflected in your cell. Your cell is something that is made out of different parts, and that again functions within, amongst other cells, giving, receiving, every cell receives, and so on. It is reflected everywhere. Again, then the Creator is not one thing. He is everything. It creates distinct little things like cells, like bodies, like nature, the animals in nature. Those parts then work together to create something greater that will sustain all. That is Creator. Within you, all around you. You need to become a functioning cell as a body in that system. Yeah? Giving and receiving. And here's the thing, and it's not just give until you have drained yourself. Because you are a part of this. You have as much right as any other cell in this body. Yeah? So no, it's not complete self-sacrifice. It's not that. And then the next thing is, again, seeing the light in something. Like I see people in nature, they step on bugs or they step on poisonous mushrooms, for instance, yeah? Then you're doing that out of ignorance because you're not seeing the light in that bug or in that poisonous mushroom. Of course, if you eat the poisonous mushroom out of ignorance, you have used the light that was that mushroom incorrectly. It was not there for you to eat it. Again, you did not understand the function it fulfilled in the system, and it was not for you to eat it. Again, do not blame the mushroom and call it evil. You were totally stupid. You did not, you were ignorance. Your fault. Learn something. So what we need to learn is how to use both the giving energies and the restraining energies, both of them. We need to be asked in our entirety. And here's again, there's something where people, and that is born out of this indoctrination of the narcissistic relationship, yeah? That you need to give, even if you don't want to do it, even if you feel it is wrong, yeah? But if you feel it's wrong, something is restraining you, then don't do it. That is your truth. Stand in the light of your truth. And quite often, a child, for instance, will demand something of you. And you know you shouldn't give it. It's not good for the child. And you really need to learn how to say no. How to be negative. How to be restraining. Out of love. And there again, this restraining force becomes love. Is love. Was created to be love from the beginning. Everything is light. There you lose it. Use it correctly. So, as I said, coming out of a narcissistic relationship, one of the things humanity really has to learn is how to say no. We have to relearn to do that. And then know that you are not being negative or selfish or, beat yourself up for, I didn't give. No, you did it out of love. Satan is love. The restraining force is love. And there it is, you are all light, you're complete light being. Learn what these forces do, what they can do, what they can't do, where you have to use them, to what amount you should use them, in order to create a good outcome for yourself and for others, in balance. This is complicated. This is not straightforward black and white. This is not a black and white world. This is a diverse world of all colors and all shapes. And to, get through this wilderness, it's difficult. It is complicated. And you are made out of that many parts that you can use, that were given to you in order to aid you, to serve you, and learn how to use them correctly. How does every part of you work? How can it work to create good? Every part can, because every part is creator, and therefore it is good. Anyway, here I leave it at that for today, and I talk to you again soon. Bye.